Good morning. It's time to get in touch. In Touch is a public affairs show dedicated to improving the lives of Susquehanna Valley residents. I'm Freddi Hammer, news director at Backyard Broadcasting. Well, as the summer shows up and we start spending more time outdoors, we're excited about the 4th annual food truck picnic put together by the Lycoming County Fire Police. And today we're so excited to speak here with Nathan Shafer, the fundraising and training coordinator for the Lycoming County Fire Police. Good morning to you, Nathan Shafer.
Good morning.
Thanks so much for coming in today to In Touch.
You're welcome.
I'm so happy that you could come and tell us about the Lycoming County Fire Police. This is the 4th year for this event. I remember the first year you guys put it on. It was a little smaller, wasn't it?
Yes.
How big has it gotten?
It's definitely grown.
How many vendors do you have this year?
15.
Wow, that's awesome. Now, this is going to be happening at Nisbet Park Complex at 91 East Village Drive.
Yes.
And that's a good spot for it. So tell me how it's grown. What do you remember from the first year as far as what it's going to be this year? Give us a little description of what it was and what it's coming to be.
Well, first year, we basically just had 3 food trucks. The second year, we added the craft vendors into food trucks. And last year, we basically had the food trucks and craft vendors. And this year, we've added a vote for your favorite food truck. So it's definitely grown over 4 years.
Well, it's really been a great fundraiser, I'm sure, for the Lycoming County Fire Police, getting the recognition and being able to be seen in the community.
Yes.
How has the training for the Lycoming County Fire Police been enhanced because of the money raised?
It makes it more affordable, basically, to afford the training that we need.
Sure. Tell me what the Lycoming County Fire Police actually do. What is their role in Lycoming County?
Their role is if there's an accident, fire, something like that, EMS call, and they need to shut down the roadway. That's what they're there for. So, and to keep you safe and us, the firefighters and stuff safe as well.
Sure. Is that also like when a motorcycle ride wants to shut down a road, does the Lycoming County Fire Police get involved in that kind of ride?
Yes.
That's interesting. I'm sure that there's some consideration through that as far as laws and different things.
Yes.
Who gets to make that final call? Is it really the mayor, or is it you guys following the mayor's instructions, or does the Lycoming County Fire Police put in any kind of recommendation or make the call?
Well, we have representatives for that stuff.
So they go to the town.
The meetings and things, yes.
And make all that. Because you have to do that way ahead of time, don't you?
Yeah.
For sure. What kind of things can expect to see here next Saturday? It's coming up on the 25th of June, the 4th annual food truck picnic at the Lycoming County Fire Police, putting that on at Nisbet Park Complex at 91 East Village Drive.
The food trucks that will be there this year is Glen Scott's Homemade Ice Cream, Bart's Pizza, Caribbean Touch, Taco Bill Taco Madness, CB Bites, The Mad Griller, S&L Cafe, MK Cafe, and Catering.
Okay, that sounds good. What have you had food from each of those trucks, Nathan?
No, there are some. Actually, some of these trucks are literally like months brand new within the last couple months.
The people with the innovative ideas doing the food trucks.
Yes.
I've had Taco Bills before, and someone I saw a Facebook post said that they'll never be the same after they had that. It's so good.
Yeah.
Well, as far as the sponsors go, are you a person that would go out and speak with the people that are interested in helping you afford the food truck picnic?
The sponsors we basically have sent letters out to. That's something that we need to grow on too. So it's definitely,
something that you're working on for sure.
Yeah.
Well, some of the sponsors that you have listed here for the 4th annual food truck picnic coming up this Saturday is Independence Fire Company #1 of South Williamsport, Loyal Order of the Moose, Alexander Kia Dealerships. They're always so great at Blaze Alexander. Wegmans, Woodlands Bank, American Legion Post 617, Williamsport Site Services, Lions Club. They are always working together. Of course, Lions Club always working for the site of our children as well as our seniors, and VFW Post 7863 in Du Bois Town, as well as the print shop. Now, when you talk about On Fire Promotions, what does that? Are they another company that do different promotions?
They a lot of our gear that we buy comes from them.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
And then Susquehanna Township Volunteer Fire Company, as well as Ken Seams, are doing on-site photography.
Yes.
Fun. Any other things that you're looking to build up or make sure that you have by next Saturday? You have about 5 days to work on it.
And it'll be a long 5 days, trust me. It's a never-ending, I will be working up till Friday afternoon on everything, just making sure I's are dotted and T's are crossed.
Excellent. Now, you're talking about the additional thanks for like Henry's Barbecue as well as Eat and Run Catering and Restaurant. Are they helping as you get ready for the week?
They actually donated gift cards that will be part of the basket raffle stuff.
Oh, tell me about the basket raffle.
Right now there's 21 different items for that. And it varies. from Tupperware to Tastefully Simple to North Central Site Services with shredding discount cards.
Nice.
And there's just a variety of baskets and stuff.
Great. Well, that's excellent. So that's going to be happening the whole time, 11 to 5?
The basket raffle is 11 to 6.
11 to 6.
11 to 6. The voting for your favorite food truck is 11 to 5.
Ah. So the whole event itself is going throughout the evening?
Right, into 11 to 7.
Awesome. Okay, well, 7 p.m. We'll make sure that everybody knows that that's coming up this Saturday, June 25th, Lycoming County Fire Police with the 4th Annual Food Truck Picnic, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. What do the people get if they're a food truck that wins as their favorite food truck?
They will receive, the food truck will receive a plaque that was donated from On Fire Promotions.
Nice.
And the first place will receive some radio ads, and then the second place will receive other radio ads donated by Backyard Broadcasting.
Okay. Well, we're doing pretty good together here, aren't we? Making it all work out.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit more about how Nisbet Fire Company is helping with you guys.
They are bringing over some fire trucks, so the kids will have like a touch a truck type thing.
Oh, neat.
The coroner's office is supposed to be bringing over a vehicle. I'm still working on a couple others, but we're that way the kids can touch the trucks and get used to them and things. If there is an emergency that they have to be involved in.
Sure. This is a really good opportunity for kids kind of to get to know the different police officers and emergency responders.
Yes.
How they can feel comfortable with them.
Right.
Tell me about parking. It's going to be a pretty busy day, isn't it?
Yes. Free parking, free admission. So there's no excuse not to come out.
That's pretty true, Nathan, I'm sure. That's going to be 4th Annual Food Truck Picnic, and that's the Nisbet Park Complex. How do you get there? What area of town is that actually in?
Out 654 from Du Bois Town. You'll see the sign for the Village of Nisbet. You stay to the right. We're down there, I don't know, quarter mile maybe on the right.
I've been to the fire company, I guess. I've picked up some chicken from the chicken barbecue.
If you get to the fire company, you went too far.
Okay. Okay, good to know. Excellent. Yeah. All right, Nathan. Well, what else can we learn from you about the 4th Annual Fire Truck Picnic with the Lycoming County Fire Police?
Don't eat the day before.
Okay.
Because there'll be plenty to eat. I'm guilty of that. I don't take time to eat because I'm busy doing stuff all day.
After it's over, you're going to be able to eat for sure.
Yeah.
Once it starts.
Yes.
How are you going to be doing the food, paying for that? Is there going to be tickets or do we use cash?
Most of your food trucks will take cash, or some do take credit cards.
Okay.
So
they're all handling that themselves.
Yeah. Now, the basket raffle is cash only.
Okay. Well, how else can we find out more? You'll have all the details on Facebook?
Under Lycoming County Fire Police Association.
Nathan Shafer, it's been really nice speaking with you about your food truck event. It's the 4th Annual Food Truck Picnic coming up June 25th, and the whole day, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m., and then you're voting on the food trucks. And is there any opportunity for people, oh, my gosh, I have a food truck, I want to be in it. Can they come yet, or is it too late?
No, just Facebook us. We will work with you on getting in yet.
Well, thanks so much, Nathan Shafer. You're the fundraising and training coordinator for the Lycoming County Fire Police. I'm sure they appreciate you and all that you do.
They do.
That's
they
good.
Do.
Thank you, Nathan, for coming In Touch today.
Thank you.
In Touch is locally produced in our studios at 1685 4 Mile Drive in Williamsport. To get in touch with us regarding questions, comments, or topic ideas, email me at fhammer@backyardbroadcasting.com. For archived programs of our In Touch series, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, Backyard Broadcasting. Each current weekly program is featured on the Backyard Broadcasting websites. Individual opinions expressed here don't necessarily reflect the opinions of the management or staff. Thanks for listening to In Touch, a production of Backyard Broadcasting.
Every 2 minutes, a woman in the U.S. is diagnosed with breast cancer. And in that split second, her life changes forever. The toll of breast cancer is great. The need to support those who are battling the disease today is even greater. We're fighting alongside patients because we know one moment can change a lifetime. United by hope, we can end breast cancer. Join our fight. Save lives.
Good morning. It's time to get In Touch. In Touch is a public affairs show dedicated to improving the lives of Susquehanna Valley residents. I'm Freddi Hammer, News Director at Backyard Broadcasting. Well, you may have knowledge of Habitat for Humanity because Jimmy and Rosalind Carter were involved in the 70s and continue to support that organization into their twilight years. But today, with us, is what some people are calling Habitat's first volunteer. We're with Clive Rainey. Good morning, Clive.
Good morning. How are you?
Very nice to see you today.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
I'd love to hear about your love for this organization and what you may tell people when you have a speaking engagement. You're awfully sought after.
Well, great. Thank you. I actually come in and talk about what were the things, the values that we founded Habitat for Humanity on. You know, we're a 45-year-old organization now, and over time, your founding values tend to fade into the more current values, keeping things up, you know, brand-wise and such for people.
Tell me, when you first started, what was the brand like in the 1970s when you began?
Well, we actually started from a Christian organization called Koinonia Farm, and those were our values. And we talked about the economics of Jesus, salt and light and yeast, old things from the New Testament. And we talked about how one person could make a difference. You know, Millard Fuller, who founded Habitat, was a little bit older than I am. I'm 76 now.
No. You look amazing. You ran in here today.
Thank you. But we grew up singing "If I Had a Hammer" by Pete Seeger. And Millard, the genius of the man was he took the if away. He said to people, let's quit saying "if I had a hammer." Here's your hammer.
Here's a hammer.
What are you going to do now? And people couldn't complain about the government's not doing enough, churches aren't doing enough. It's like, here's your hammer. What are you going to do?
There's a lot of love in the air during these years, and people wanted to help other people. Do you think we think it was more so then or more so now?
Well, you know, we were so caught up in it. It was right after the 60s, and you could get that bouncing off each other feeling. But no, I mean, Habitat is built on volunteers everywhere. And those volunteers continue to give, and, you know, some of them are old characters like me, or older, and there's still young ones coming on. There is that feeling out there. What people need is a direction.
They need a hammer.
They need a hammer.
Tell me about the first build or the first project that you were involved with.
Well, we did some things in Americus that we just had to get moving. Koinonia was actually building houses at their farm. They had land. Mm-hmm. There were people, African-American citizens, who had lived in really poor shacks with no electricity, no running water, perhaps since the time of slavery. And the effort was to get them real justice by providing them a piece of ground and building a house on it. So Koinonia took some of their land and started building these simple, decent houses and engaging the people in building the house.
That's the sweat equity.
That's the sweat equity.
Habitat for Humanity's
byword,
byword for sure.
A woman that I met one time, it's a longer story than this, but she and her son were living in a shelter for abused women and children. And Habitat came and made a presentation and said, you know, you could get one of these houses. And she said, I was really excited. And then they mentioned sweat equity. She said, everything in me crumpled because my husband had told me I was nobody, I couldn't learn anything, I'd never learn anything. And she said, so I bought the whole package. Then she raised her fist up in the air and she pointed at it and she said, Habitat, put that hammer in my hand. And as I built my house, I built myself.
That's the message.
Yes, yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, she had gone on and gotten a college degree. It was a wonderful thing.
It's almost like a backdoor direction of self-improvement.
Right. We see it all the time. And, you know, when particularly a woman, a single parent or whatever, suddenly realizes they can do that job. You know, you say, you're going to have to get on the roof. Not getting on that roof. And then you train them, give them a little training, and they get on the site and they're running up the ladder. I can do this. I can do this. It's amazing.
That's fantastic. I love stories like that. Just the brilliance of this program. What happened in the transition to today? Like, how did it transition over? Was it the Carters that became involved that sort of brought it together? What was the marrying?
Well, obviously, if Jimmy and Rosalind Carter hadn't gotten involved, we might not be sitting here together now.
Maybe not.
They incredibly increased our visibility. And in fact, there are many affiliates around this country formed because people saw Jimmy and Rosa Carter in the news building houses. How do we do that in our community? And so it went worldwide. The fascinating thing is that it did that before there was such a thing as a computer.
Oh, that's
or
great.
at least for local people or anybody.
Yeah, there was a big room of a computer, but not for us to use.
Right,
sure.
right, yeah.
And then they really got it on board, and others sort of took it almost like a franchise.
Yes.
Is that how that works?
Yes, in a very real way. But word of mouth did that. And it's important, you know, because we just keep reaching further and further into a world of technology and becoming more dependent on that. But it's important to know that something very powerful can get started and still pass from word of mouth to almost like a secret. Here, let me tell you this.
Right. It's a still small voice in a way.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
For sure. It's funny you talk about light and leavening and Jesus and things like that, because that really is the foundation for all of us. And here it is in Habitat's bottom line.
Yeah. You know, I talk about the movie Schindler's List a lot. There's a great scene where the men or they give him a ring. And he says, if I'd had the value of this ring, he's weeping. He says, I could have bought one more life and saved it. And the men rush to him and say, you don't understand. Our holy writings say that he who saves one life saves the world entire. And we see that all the time. We know that decent housing leads to better health, better education, lower crime, all these things. Save one kid, and you've saved generations.
That mother can help her child with her homework now. She has a home. She doesn't have to work so hard for rent,
right,
et cetera.
Right.
I just love that, Clive. What's your daily routine normally? Let's go for a week. Do you get on a build or talk to Habitat people every day, or are you involved every day?
I used to do that.
Okay.
COVID did for me what it did for everybody else. I was actually living in Guatemala. Dwayne would come down there, and we'd spend time doing just those things, going out and building a house and promoting the work with the people he would bring, and encouraging the local Habitat affiliate to look for new, simple solutions to poverty housing. But today, I live in Americus, Georgia. I live in the neighborhood where we started building. Those original homeowners are my neighbors.
Do you talk about it with them?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
that's great.
You know, I'll see Miss Minnie, who used to work at Habitat as a receptionist. She'll come riding back. She still calls me Clyde. She's never gotten over Clyde. And so she'll come swinging around the corner. Clyde, come talk to me. I got to talk to you. And we'll go just sit for 2 hours and talk old times about people and how's other folks doing and what do I see and hear. But, you know, I get to meet her grandchildren who are graduating from high school. Miss Minnie got a GED after she got her home.
Because she was inspired.
She and several of her neighbors. And I've got neighbors saying, you really live there? And I go, you really watch all those programs on television about people fixing up old properties and flipping them and selling them? I'm doing my best to help get this house back up in order. And I'm quite happy here. But, you know, when it comes to reality, people are back with the old hammer. I got an excuse. I can't do this.
Yeah.
It's like, just go to work.
They're looking for some properties in Lycoming County at this time maybe to do a new build. Talking to Dwayne Hirschberger, who's our CEO and president of Lycoming County Habitat for Humanity. At this time, because of the pandemic, there was definitely some slowdowns of being able to.
Thank you, Freddi. Good to be here. Yeah, we had to take a break. We did work on a house during the pandemic, but the volunteer levels were down because you just can't show up and be around a lot of other people during that time. We're bringing that back up again and looking for properties in the area, and look forward to starting properties actually in South Williamsport sometime this summer after the acquisition and everything is all complete. Our website is lycominghabitat.org, the best place to go because we have links there where people can volunteer easily. We're actually starting some other things besides new home builds, and our home preservation project is just rolling out this month. In fact, in a couple of weeks, we'll be able to use volunteers again on our work sites for repairs. We had applications, I believe, for 10 families on substantial repairs on the exterior of their homes. And we're so excited to be able to do that.
Do you find that you have more applications than you have properties or abilities? Is it because you're looking for volunteers that you would like to boost that ability to help people?
We don't know yet.
Okay.
We don't know yet. These 10 came in quickly, and we expect we're going to get more, and we're just going to have to monitor the volume of that and try to do the best we can.
All right. Well, how can we support you in Lycoming County?
Oh, my goodness. Spread the word. Clive mentioned word of mouth. Spread the word. Obviously, donations and funding is always a big deal. And again, the lycominghabitat.org website, there's ways to do that. Habitat work is all over the place. I think you mentioned your past history with Habitat of helping. Thanks for doing that. And I think that was in South Carolina.
It was. I worked in Rock Hill, South Carolina on a build, and I did all the caulking. I caulked everything. It was very fun.
Did you know about caulking before you started?
I didn't. I had seen a caulk gun in the garage.
And when you were finished, you knew all about caulking.
I did. I could load that thing with a new thing at caulk.
Freddi, that's wonderful. Multiply that story times thousands and thousands of people who have developed skills. The other thing, and Clive mentioned about our roots being in the economics of Jesus, Jesus also talked about how it's more blessed to give than to receive. That's not some sort of commandment that's there. That's just a description of the human condition that when we're in a giving mode, something inside us comes alive. One of the most powerful things for me is watching people have that thing inside them come alive. And I've seen it happen all around the world in some of the global village builds that I've led. Clive mentioned Guatemala, and I've been to other places where participants go and spend a week building a house, and something often happens inside of them that week. And the rest of their lives after that, it just has more fulfillment and joy. You can just see that.
It's like the size of a mustard seed,
Exactly.
and it grows.
Exactly.
Well, it's so wonderful to be able to help you spread the word for the future builds or the restoration projects that are happening. And just thank you so much, Dwayne, for your opportunities that you let us know about.
Freddi, thank you for hosting us today.
Absolutely. Clive Rainey, very lovely to see you today. It was wonderful to have you on our show on In Touch.
Same to you, Freddi. Thanks for giving us the opportunity.
In Touch is locally produced in our studios at 1685 4 Mile Drive in Williamsport. To get in touch with us regarding questions, comments, or topic ideas, email me at fhammer@backyardbroadcasting.com. For archive programs of our In Touch series, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, Backyard Broadcasting. Each current weekly program is featured on the Backyard Broadcasting websites. Individual opinions expressed here don't necessarily reflect the opinions of the management or staff. Thanks for listening to In Touch, a production of Backyard Broadcasting.